We all have memories of a summertime job, from scooping ice cream to cutting grass, but incredibly, the Trudeau Liberals have managed to do the improbable. They've actually politicized the summer job. Well, who in the world saw this coming? If an organization applies for a grant to the Canada Summer Jobs Program and it doesn't subscribe to all of the values this Liberal government embraces, guess what? Its application will be disqualified. So much for freedom of expression, so much for agreeing to disagree. Indeed, just check out the eligibility requirements. Quote, to be eligible, the core mandate of the organization must respect individual human rights in Canada, including the values underlying the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, as well as other rights. These include reproductive rights and the right to be free from discrimination on the basis of sex, religion, race, national or ethnic origin, color, mental or physical disability, sexual orientation, or gender identity or expression. And the Liberals apparently mean business. Check out this letter from Service Canada that the Rebel obtained from an organization applying to the Canada Summer Jobs Program. It reads, your application must be resubmitted because the attestation cannot be altered or modified. Now, perhaps the most contentious issue is the proviso regarding reproductive rights. Simply put, the Liberals want all hiring organizations to pledge that they are pro-abortion. And so it is that if an organization isn't pro-abortion, it shall automatically be denied funding. Several religious groups that are pro-life are understandably livid over this requirement, noting it's a mandate that goes directly against their values. As well, such an edict might very well be unconstitutional. Recently, we dropped by Canada Christian College in Toronto to speak with Dr. Charles McVety, who is heading the charge against a grant requirement provision that many are labeling as being unconstitutional. I guess the big question is, why are the Justin Trudeau Liberals politicizing the Canada Summer Jobs Program?
Well, they have put together an ideology test. The organization has to attest to support abortion and to support multiple genders, and these are two of their positions. But not every Canadian supports these two things. This is an ideology test, and the only time I can find in history that this has been done is really with communist rule countries, where what you think and what you support will determine whether you get a job. Are you with the Communist Party or are you not with the Communist Party? I'm the president of a degree granting institution. Our students get the Canada Student Grants, OSAP. In Ontario, it's OSAP. Are they going to bring this there and make students attest to support abortion and multiple genders in order to get student loans? It appears as though there's no stopping these Liberals when they want to go down this fascist, tyrannical path of an ideology test. Soon the media gets, not you, but the media gets $75 million a year. And I asked the journalists, what is going to be your ideology test? Are you going to have to, maybe if us right-wingers get in, you'll have to support creation. Or if Donald Trump was in, as Ezra Levant said, maybe you would have to swear support for the Second Amendment. Where is the freedom of thought, freedom of conscience? Where is the Section 15, equality under the law? So you get equality not just for being prosecuted under the law, but equality for benefit under the law. This is all taken away with an ideology test, and if it may be me tomorrow, but it may be you or you to the next day.
And Dr. McVety, the Liberal government, they're kind of wrapping this stipulation in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, that these are Canadian values, we have to subscribe by them. Do you buy this explanation?
No, of course not, because first of all, abortion is not a right. It is not in the Charter.
It's not even in the law. We don't even have a law for 30 years.
We just don't have a law. Yeah. So it's not, this is an ideology that they subscribe to. And we're the only country in the Western world that has no anti-abortion law. So even Western, even socialist countries have anti-abortion laws. So it's not a de facto human rights law so that everyone must support it. But they're making it that litmus test.
And you know, Dr. McVety, it's interesting. I have spoken to people who are pro-choice or pro-abortion, if you will, and they're against this because they don't feel that someone's right to an opinion, someone's right to an ideology should be taken away, or someone else's ideology should be forced on them. And these are people that are pro-abortion. So I'm just wondering, is this, at the end of the day, is this a political win for the Trudeau government, or are they going to get some serious blowback?
Well, back when you and I were thin,
it's been a long winter, folks.
More than a winter. When we were young, it was the left that fought for freedom of speech. Yes. Okay. Now the left is trying to censor speech, and roles have reversed somehow, and we on the conservative side are fighting for freedom of speech. But beyond this, even the Canadian Civil Liberties Union, I mean...
They support you on this, don't they?
But they're to the left of Idi Amin. and they support us on this. Yes. Surprisingly, CBC has come on board and really done a number of good articles and broadcasts on this. And I hate to say that, but it's true, and you have to speak the truth. And the Globe and Mail, National Post, pretty much the media right across the board has been on our side on this. So I think this is a losing proposition for the government. It has to be. We have to win. There is no other option. Losing, and you paying your taxes based on your ideology, or getting any grants or anything based on ideology, that is outrageous. We will never stop fighting this.
And how far will you take this fight, Charles?
We're going to take it to the street. That's the court of public opinion is the most important court. But if we have to go to the Supreme Court, we will. We're going to take this all the way, and not just we Christians. I mean, we have Jewish and Muslim and Hindu and Sikh and atheist and leftist partners in this, because everybody knows that no government should be putting an ideology test to funding.
What is your next step in the here and now?
Well, we need to raise as many people across the country who will stand up and say no to this. In the Defend Marriage camp, we brought together 1 million people to protest it. I'm believing that we're going to be able to get even more than that on this. This is a hot topic, and this spans the full gamut when it comes to freedom and democracy. So we need to raise up 1 million people in this country to go against the government, and then surely they'll listen to the people and not their special interest groups.
After speaking with Dr. McVety, it seems that, as is par for the course, the virtue-signaling government in Ottawa seems committed on dividing Canadians and creating controversy where acrimony never existed before. But the Trudeau Liberals do have a fight on their hands, and it's a fight that might very well go all the way to the Supreme Court. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you like that report, please consider becoming a premium subscriber and never miss another Rebel video.